Hello, hello. Welcome to our stream
What's up, guys?
slash
What's up?
podcast.
Man, that event though. That event though.
It was insane. It was great. Miles here is saying he got bored and that he hated it. So sorry for that, Miles. He
Bro,
seems
what
to.
what did you expect, Miles?
Yeah, he's still buying 4 iPhone SEs for some reason.
Oh my god, dude. Come on.
He's gonna do giveaways on his channel that apparently got deleted. Anyway.
Jeez.
Yeah, that event was
How's
great.
everybody?
Oh, guys, before we continue to talk about stuff, what did you think about the countdown? I think it was pretty epic.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that because like I made it, but you know, the
Not
music
to
I think
toot your
made
own
it all.
horn.
The music made it all legit. It's like
Dude, that was a really good countdown. I gotta show you mine after that I made myself. Not
if you wanna,
proud,
if you
but-
want, I could just like copy the one I just made. Maybe change the background and then put your logo on there.
Bruh, if you could, that'd be awesome because I'm kind of like, oh, you don't even know. I don't
Yeah.
like mine at all. I just like decided to do it quickly, especially for my Wednesday shows. Which, by the way, guys, since we're live today, I will not be live tomorrow. For those of you guys watching on TA Tech, so just thought I'd give you guys a heads up about that. But we will be live next week, regular day, and maybe regular time. I don't know. My schedule has changed completely, so we'll I'll keep you updated on social media about
Yeah.
that.
And some people may be wondering why we're only streaming on the Tech Unlocked podcast and TA Tech and not on Benobi Tech, and that's because there's some changes coming. So stay tuned for those because those will be coming in the next couple days whenever I feel like standing up and making a video. But
Ooh, okay.
before, so today this stream is a bit different because it's like Tech Unlocked podcast slash TA Tech kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep.
So what we're going to be doing is we will be recording our podcast as we normally do, but we're going to be involving you guys who are watching. So if you have any questions about anything that we're talking about at the time that we're talking about it, we're going to keep an eye on the chat and then we're going to basically answer the questions and stuff. So it's going to be like, if you've watched the Tech Unlocked podcast before, you've listened to it, you kind of know how the structure is. We talk about different news stories. So we're going to start, of course, with a little bit of a recap of the Apple event when we start recording, I guess, and then we'll take it from there. Did I explain everything, Taylor? Do you think there's anything?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Somebody asked, is the new 27-inch M2? There's no new 27-inch iMac.
no.
There's
No.
27-inch display, but that's not got the M2. They didn't announce anything M2, which I was kind of thinking they were gonna do, but anyway.
Yeah. I thought that was weird as well.
So, wait. Tech Renewed says he doesn't get the iPad Air with M1. Me neither. But we'll talk
Yeah.
a little bit about that in this episode of the Tech Along podcast. So,
Definitely.
I guess we're going to start as we
Absolutely.
normally do. And then we're going to basically clip it and then put it on the podcast sites. So if you don't have time to watch this right now, you can either catch the replay later.
But this
or
is
you can go
going
and
as
watch it.
a stream on there, so we'll delete the stream after.
No. So I think I don't know. Should we download the video and then like put it up there or?
Just keep the stream, bro.
Yeah, I'll keep the stream. It
Yeah.
just makes things easier for me.
Yeah.
I just
yeah.
need to download the audio. So yeah, Lucas Pedro is a long-time viewer, first-time chatting. Where is he chatting from? Is he chatting from the TA Tech or?
I believe so. I don't know, to be honest. I believe he's on TA Tech here.
Oh.
So, what's up? What's up? This is actually one of my good friends from high school.
Nice.
So,
So if anybody has any questions
appreciate
before
it.
we start recording, any questions are unrelated to anything, ask them now. You have like 10 seconds to ask. Miles, that's a great idea. But why are you buying 4 iPhone SEs? I mean, I know you want to do giveaways and stuff, which is nice, but why are you getting 4? Get 3.
Yeah.
red,
Yeah.
midnight, blah, and starlight, blah, and then it's all good. You should get a green iPhone 13 and give it away. Anyway,
Bruh. Exactly. Listen, my favorite one was the 13 Pro. Like, I don't know why, but that was
it
just.
looks pretty nice. I mean,
It really does. It really
I'm not
does.
the biggest fan of kind of this green, but I'm glad that this green exists because now the green Apple Watch is no longer by itself in green.
Bonnie says Mac Studio. Wow. Yeah.
I
That
completely
was.
agree. I love that
Dude,
computer.
that
I
was.
want that computer right
Okay.
now,
This is.
but
This
I
is.
cannot afford one. So there you go.
All right. So I do want to tell you guys, I do have the Stream Deck, as most of you guys know. But we had issues with the interface that makes it sound normal. But I'm gonna try to play this, and
Wait, one sec. I've just changed my audio source and there we go.
let me know how you guys
I accidentally changed
heard
the
that.
audio source and I was so confused for a second.
Let me know how you guys heard that. Like I said, we've been having issues um, with the audio software, and we're gonna figure it out. But
Yeah.
let me know what you
One
guys think.
sec. Let me play something before we start recording here.
Sure.
Uh
Can't hear anything. I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything. Oh my days.
No.
Never mind. Okay. Well,
Nah. Sorry, man.
why did
Oh,
not work? Okay, tell me if it works now. This is really awkward right now. No. Okay. Well, I think it's broken. Never mind. This program is broken. We're not going to use it anymore.
yeah.
Bad review. Anyway, wait, can I get the new iPad Air? I mean, if you need an iPad Air, sure, go buy the iPad Air, Miles. You do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Okay,
You
let's stop these shenanigans. Let's get
can-
started. All
yes,
right.
absolutely. Let's go.
So we're gonna start in a couple seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Tech Unlocked podcast, the podcast where we unlock the latest tech news, leaks, and rumors in the world of tech so you don't have to. Today, we actually have a very special episode. First of all, it's episode 22 in 2022, so it's cool. It's 22, right? Not 21.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
22.
episode 2022 in 2022. And we have just witnessed an epic Apple event. Well, before I ramble about this stuff, I'm one of your hosts, Benji from Benobi Tech, and I'm joined by my co-host, Taylor from TA Tech. How's it going, Taylor?
What's up, guys? What's up, dude? I'm gonna tell you right now, I am pumped. Pumped. That stream was amazing. First
It
of
was
all,
sick.
God, I can't even. I can't even. So I missed like the first probably 5 minutes, and then the rest I could watch.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you didn't really lose much. The first
yeah,
5 minutes was just Apple TV Plus. It was like
yeah,
some random stuff about
dude,
that.
come
But
on, come on. We
yeah,
don't care. We don't have Apple TV Plus. For those of you guys who do, and you guys do care, more power
I mean,
to you.
I have it, but I've
But
not even seen anything from it. So
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. It's
But
like
anyway,
I
um,
I probably watched like one episode of something just to see, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Uh, so
wonderful. Well, I cannot see the notes on my iPad for some silly reason. Oh wait, that's why. Okay. Anyway, so in today's episode, we will be recapping a little bit about the Apple event that we have just witnessed. We're going to talk a little bit about the products, and we also have a bunch of other stuff that we're going to be talking about, which I can't remember from off the top of my head right now. But do you have the notes in front of you? Can you give people kind of an overview of what we're about to talk about?
yeah,
Or?
so like Benji said, a lot of Apple stuff, a lot of Android. Um, yeah, I'm so excited for that. Apparently, the Pixel A benchmark confirms tensor performance and points to 6 gigabytes of RAM. whoop-de-doo. And just so much other stuff. Samsung throttling the performance of over 10,000 apps down.
Yeah, so
Uh,
we've got a lot of
uh,
interesting stuff to talk about.
yeah, yeah.
So just starting off with the Apple event, what did you think of it, Taylor? What
Dude, that was,
we
listen,
both watched it. What do you think?
that was the best Apple event I've ever seen in my life. I gotta tell you right now, that was one of the best. Um, my favorite things had to be, of course, like I said, the new iPhone 12 Pro, 13 Pro. I keep saying 12. I don't know why, but anyway, um, yeah, the iPhone 13 Pro in green is just beautiful. I love the new iPad Air colors. I think that was really, really good. Um, and something that I had texted you about, Benji, the iMovie updates. I think that was cool. Except now, when it comes to editing on my phone, I'm using VLLO, or Villo, whatever you want to call it. I don't even
It's
know.
a bit of a tricky name.
Yeah. But it honestly, dude, um, really cool stuff coming. And as far as the Mac Studio, goddamn, um, that kind of makes me that really kind of makes me want it really bad. Except the pricing is just a little steep.
It's a bit it's a bit high.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, you're getting so much with it. But I guess you
Dude,
kind of
yeah.
yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to share before?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, we got a bunch of awesome stuff from this event. They of course started off by talking about one of their services, which I expected they were going to talk about. They didn't talk about International Women's Day or Ukraine, which I kind of found a little weird, but oh well.
I don't know
I
if
guess
you can hear
I guess
this,
the
but
no, I can't hear anything.
uh damn it.
Anyway, so we've got iPhone. Then they announced new color for iPhone 13 and 13 Pro. We kind of knew that it was going to come for the 13, but we weren't really expecting 13 Pro. At least I wasn't. So we got a new green, which kind of looks pretty good. Now you've got a green that matches the Apple Watch, so that's nice. We also got iPad Air 5. Well, they're just calling it iPad Air, which honestly is sick. And we're going to talk a little bit more about it, about each product in a second. Then we also got Mac Studio with the Studio Display, which are both amazing devices. And we also got a new iPhone SE, which is a bit disappointing, but in a few aspects, but
Really?
also not disappointing in some aspects. So it's kind of like yeah. So color, why they've got Midnight and Starlight, and then the price is a bit higher than what we expected. But what should we start off with first, Taylor? Out of the hardware that Apple announced, we don't really care about the new movies that they're making with Tom Holland and stuff.
um I honestly I honestly would go for the Mac Studio because I think
Yeah,
that's
let's go
what a
Max Studio.
lot
Yeah,
of people,
that's the most
you know,
exciting thing about this
yeah.
event. I think that was like I was super hyped when they started talking about it.
Yeah, me
So
too.
Mac Studio, it has the M1 Max, which is the on the base model, and then it also has the M1 Ultra, which is basically two M1 Maxes stuck together to create this like super ultra computer, which is absolutely insane. It's a beast that has up to
That
128 gigabytes of RAM, which is just insane for a computer of the size that it is. Um, it like
by the way,
outperforms the Mac Pro. Yeah.
just a quick shout out to Connor from Tech Was Tech. He actually called it and said that the
I think
M1.
he called it. Yeah, I think he called it on the last episode or the one before that, when where he was on. I think we were talking about the
Yeah,
chips,
yeah.
and he's
And
like, "Oh,
I
it's
was
gonna
just
be."
like, bruh. When I heard that, I immediately texted you. I'm like, bruh, Connor was right. That's so funny.
Yeah,
He like now I'm kind of curious, Connor. Are you working for Apple or like how do you get these things?
yeah. But honestly, this computer is insane. You can spec it up to 7,999,
Yep, yep.
which is insane. That's like an expensive computer without a screen. That's like almost yeah. That's more expensive than the base model Mac Pro.
Yeah.
But honestly, for like a lot of people, like someone like me, I don't exactly need the Ultra. Like, I probably want to buy the Ultra just because it's cool. But I
Right.
think the
Right.
M1 Max, considering that the base model comes with the M1 Max, that is a pretty good deal. Like, you're paying, like if you spec it up, let's see, if we spec it up with 4 terabytes, that's like $3,800. Plus, of course, you need to get the display, and I don't think it comes with a keyboard and stuff. I think you need to buy that separately. Yeah. So I think it's a pretty decent deal considering you're getting the M1 Max in this thing, and you're also getting, you basically have a desktop. You have so many ports as well. They've got 4 Thunderbolt ports on the back, and you get 2 Thunderbolt ports on the front, I think.
Yep.
If you get the Ultra version, but you get four Thunderbolt ports, 2 USB-A ports as well, an HDMI port, a 10 gigabit Ethernet port, a headphone jack if you really want one of those. You also get an SD card slot on the front, which I think is sick, and you also get
Yes.
two USB-C ports on the front, which can turn into Thunderbolt if you have the Ultra variant. It's just a
Right.
beast. Like, I really, really, really like this computer. I love how, I mean, the design is, I kind of
Man,
wish this also came in space gray, but
man, I said I was not gonna get a desktop anymore, but this just makes me want to rip everything apart and get a
yeah,
desktop
I know. Because also
and sell
the
everything.
difference, yeah, exactly. Because the difference between this and, like, for example, an iMac,
Yeah.
is like, this is more portable. Like, if you wanted to go on holiday, all you really need is an external display that you can just, there's like, you could buy portable displays. They're not really a rare thing, but you can get like one of those
Right.
external displays that you can carry around. And so I think that will be great to pair with this, and make it like a travel Mac in a way. Of course, you won't be able to use it on the plane and stuff, but you'll be able to use it if in a hotel room, stuff like that. And of course, yes, you can also carry an iMac around if you get a bag that's big enough, like MKBHD used to do.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, honestly, Mac Studio, epic,
Dude.
absolutely epic.
Yes.
Well,
Absolutely.
what's the next product we want to talk about? So iPhone SE, there's not really much to talk about. Should we talk about that now?
Sure. Absolutely. I
Do you
mean,
wanna?
I listen, I said this since the beginning. I don't think the iPhone SE was needed in that event. Like,
Yeah,
absolutely not. I don't see anything new and improved that's worthy to be in that event. I'm just,
I
you
agree.
know,
Yeah, and I mean, you get I think so. The colors, you've got Midnight, Starlight, and Product Red. It's kind of the same as the last lineup, but you only get but you get what was I gonna say? Yeah, you get, it's the exact colors from before, but they've got slightly
right.
different shades. So now you've got Midnight. Like, I have a Midnight Apple Watch, and to be honest, when you were wearing bands that aren't black, it looks black. But when you wear a band that's black, then you're like, this is not black, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
exactly.
So I hate Starlight and Midnight, but oh well, Apple's done it. It's in the past now. They're selling products with
Whatever.
that. Okay, but what do you think about the price? 429. What was the price of the original SE? Was it 399?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
And did
why
it?
why
And
did they rate the
did
why
they
did they
not
raise the
say?
price?
And did they not say that they were gonna lower it? Like,
Well, that's
what
what the
was that
rumors
about?
said. Like, so it's crazy because there's some rumors that were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be 279 or 269 or whatever, and then it's like, oh, like, what was I gonna say now? Yeah, it sucks. Like, why do I want to go and spend 429 on an iPhone SE with those old bezels with Touch ID? Like, yes, now it has stronger glass, yay, but who really cares? It doesn't have
Yeah,
MagSafe. It doesn't
yeah.
have a lot of stuff, and like, you can actually still buy an iPhone 11 for, let me quickly check the price. You could buy an iPhone 11 for 499. That's like $50. No, that's not 50. That's like $70.
Yeah.
Math. $70 more, and you're
Your
getting
math
a
is
bigger
just as good as
display.
mine.
You're getting a bigger display. You're getting a second camera. You're getting a better front-facing camera. And
Right.
you're just getting like a much better package. Like, yes, you're not getting the A15 Bionic, which is all crazy and good, but personally, iPhone SE, like, if before I wasn't gonna recommend it before, I'm not gonna recommend it now.
Yeah.
That was my little rant. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with the rant now. You can rant about it if you want.
No, you said everything. You said everything. To be honest,
Yeah, it's
you know what? Like, God, I
anyway.
can't even. I can't even. Um.
So we also got a bunch of new cases and Apple Watch bands, which is nice. They made it like a new like light green, lime green. I don't know what exactly. It's kind of like a. I'm trying to describe the
What was
color,
it?
but it's a nice green. I think I'm gonna buy one of those Apple Watch bands. Maybe even the case. We'll see. Um,
Ooh.
but yeah, what are your thoughts on the new colors? This is just like a quick little interval thing.
Yeah. No, I think they're beautiful. To be honest, I didn't catch. Did they show off the band colors?
No, they didn't. This is
Oh.
just on the website.
Oh,
We'll have
okay.
to study the website a little bit more to see if they've maybe got another polishing cloth on there or something like
Oh
that. But
God.
before we move on to the next product we wanted to talk about, we're just going to address two comments that we got in the chat here.
Yep.
So Solange Exercise Vlogs ask, how much was your Apple Watch? What is the best Apple Watch to get? This is
Can
a
I
great
answer that real
question.
quick?
Huh?
Can I answer that real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
Apple
Apple Watch
Watch
SE.
SE.
I
Apple Watch
agree.
SE.
I
Listen.
agree, but I also disagree. So I've got the Apple Watch Series 7, and I paid this. I don't know how much it is in dollars now. It's like $479. No, $379,
Yep. Yep.
$399, something like that. It's around $400. It's expensive, but I love mine. It's great. But honestly, if I would recommend the best Apple Watch, I agree with Taylor 100%. Apple Watch SE, or even go for an older Apple Watch like a Series 5 or Series 6. You can find really good deals on that.
Yeah,
And the
definitely.
the second thing, why not merge the iPhone SE and Mini? This is a great idea, I think.
Oh
But I don't
yeah.
think it's gonna happen now. I think maybe give it like 2 or 3 years, and that's gonna happen. I don't know what you.
I even said that. I'm not sure if it was a video or a stream, but I even said that. I said, I think that if they had merged the mini, I think the perfect SE would be a mini with the new iPhone look.
Yeah,
I
I think
listen.
so. Because I mean, I think
I,
what also might work is there've been rumors that next year's iPhone SE is gonna have like the iPhone 10R's design.
yes. Yeah.
Personally, I think that would be a good idea. But then, like when Apple announced the iPhone SE 3 today, even though they're just calling it iPhone SE, they kind of specified how this is a great phone for people who want a smaller device.
Yep.
So if they're sticking with, if that's kind of their main thing, and it has been the main thing for the iPhone SE for since the beginning of the iPhone SE. I think if they're gonna stick to those roots, I think it would make sense to make an iPhone SE and maybe an iPhone SE Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So they have like the iPhone 12 mini basically, but in like a recycled. They just recycle that design and they make it like cheaper and stuff like that. And then they
Right.
had like the iPhone 12, but that'll probably happen in like the next couple of years. I don't think it's gonna happen next year or the year after that. It's probably gonna take a little bit longer, but
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
for
What
sure.
do you think about that?
For sure. No, I agree.
Okay, so we've got two more products before we move on to the other news stories that we have for you guys today in today's episode. So we've got the Studio Display, which we completely skipped. But what are your thoughts on this, Taylor? Do you like it?
The studio display?
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. Listen, okay, I'm gonna show everybody what I have here. I have a second display. Don't make fun of me. But this is actually an old TV that I had in the kitchen.
Oh, I have the exact. I basically do the same thing. I have a TV
Yeah,
right above here. Yeah.
dude.
How big is your
Honestly,
TV?
bro, I don't even know to be honest.
I think mine's like 30 and 32 inch or something. It's big.
Yeah,
It's way too big.
this one's like really small to be honest. I can give you the measurements later.
Yeah.
And if you guys want me to, I will. I'll post a picture on Twitter and give you guys an update on that as well. But like honestly, my mom was getting rid of stuff, and she was gonna get rid of this, and I'm like, wait a second, like, and that day we were gonna go to Walmart and buy a display, And I'm just like, why? Like I have this. Why am I going to
Exactly.
go get a a computer display if I have this? I don't need the latest and greatest monitor. So this just does. Yes, I mean, do I want one? Absolutely, but for the time right now, dude, this works fine.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean, if it
use it.
works, if it
I don't
works,
use
it's
it
good.
much. Um,
Yeah,
but
I
like when
don't.
I'm streaming and stuff, dude, like
Yeah, I
you
think
have,
it's the same with me. Like every now and then I would use the TV, but because like mine is so high up, I kind of like have to look like that, and it's like starts hurting my neck. But yeah, having an external display is sick, and the fact that Apple has updated theirs is actually pretty good. The pricing though is a bit. I mean, it's not too bad. I think if you compare some displays that are kind of in the same category, um, it's not too bad. But
yeah,
like $1,600, it has Apple Silicon as well inside it. It's definitely better than the Pro Display XDR in terms of price, because like the Pro Display XDR is like what
dude, yeah,
$5,000
yeah,
plus
yeah,
the $1,000 stand. But this actually,
yeah.
Apple was generous enough to ship a stand with this, so that's very nice of them.
Thank God.
Yeah, but
Because I'm
honestly,
not breaking. I'm bad enough at breaking the. If I ever do this,
yeah.
I'd be breaking the bank with a screen. Never mind the stand.
Yeah, this
Jesus,
also has like studio quality mics, 6 speaker sound system.
it's
But something that I really like about this display though is the fact that it has a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera with center stage. This is the first time
dude,
that we
that
get
was
center stage on a Mac,
yeah.
which is honestly like
That's
I don't have a device
crazy,
personally that has center stage. Do you?
right? No,
No.
no,
But it seems like a really cool feature that I would
dude.
use if I had it. And it sucks that it's not on a Mac, but now it is on a Mac, so
I
and it
really
makes
want to.
sense.
So I have the sixth generation iPad,
Yeah,
and I was when the ninth generation iPad came
ninth
out. Center
generation. Yeah.
stage, dude. Yes, it looks the same, but just having center stage is completely um an upgrade. Just center stage. I'm sorry. For
Exactly.
me,
Especially,
that's the only thing that I really care for. I don't
mhm.
care to have. I mean, I do. I kind of wish I had like iPad Mini 6. I think that would be cool. But honestly, the real big reason, because honestly, I don't even use my iPad as much as I'm using my MacBook. So, um, iPad 9th generation for me would work because my thing is, if I ever travel to go to Portugal or whatever, I'm not going to take my MacBook. I would take the iPad. Um, and I would stream on there. I would do anything on there. So honestly, to have center stage on the iPad, uh, that's the only thing.
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but speaking of iPads, you really helped us segue into the next product. Unless there's anything else you wanted to talk about with this with the studio display.
No, no.
No. Okay, we'll move on. So iPad Air. I was actually really hyped about this.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
the iPad Air and the Mac Studio are
Yep.
literally my two favorite parts of the whole event. I love
Yes.
the iPad Air.
Yes.
I've loved it since like I found out about it. Um, found out about it because I was serving as a volunteer for my church, so I was basically kind of like offline but also still online at the same time. Like I didn't watch Apple events and stuff because I literally had no
Yeah, but
time
you
as
were
well.
like everywhere.
Yeah. So I think Taylor and my brother helped me stay up to date with all this, and also I was able to use the internet every now and then to go and check the Apple website. But iPad Air is an awesome product. I think it's an underrated product as well. And with this next generation, they took it to a whole other level. They have a new
Yeah.
color, a new blue, which honestly looks sick. It's like
I thought of you right away. I'm like, Benji's gonna rip his.
it's like I've got a blue iPhone. I've got a blue iPhone case. I've technically got a blue Apple Watch because
I
it's
was gonna
midnight.
say,
It's not black.
I was gonna
But
say, yeah, dude.
I'm hyped for this. I can't wait. So yeah, it comes in blue,
All,
which is a very nice blue.
all
Um,
you need is the blue Mac and that, and you're
oh,
all
oh
set.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, if MacBook Air it comes with like the M1 Pro or the M1 Max, I'm buying that. But yeah, so it's great. It has the M1 processor, which is amazing. But also at the same time, like, when exactly are you going to be taking full advantage of that chip on an iPad? Already, you can't do that with the Pros.
Yeah,
So, what
yeah.
are your thoughts about M1 in the iPad Air? Do you think it was
Dude,
necessary or?
I don't know. I mean, I think, especially with the new M1 Ultra, I think they should have just done that. Honestly,
Just put the M1 Ultra in an iPad. Yeah, sure.
yeah,
No,
why not? Or even like the M2, like just move on, you
yeah, but
know?
I think at this point, this is just a wild card, a wild guess. But do you think they're gonna put the M1 Pro in the iPad Pro?
Ooh, yeah.
Because I mean now the iPad Air is
Yeah.
just as powerful. I think it's like slightly less powerful because it's got probably got less RAM, but it's almost as
Right.
powerful as the iPad Air, as the iPad Pro. Sorry. So
Mhm.
like, will they put an M2 in the iPad Pro? Or will they bring the M1 Pro and M1 Max to the iPad Pro? That's a good question. Let us know in the comments or the show notes. Not show notes. You
Yeah,
literally can't let us know on if you're listening to this, but you can let us know if you're watching this. What do you think?
definitely.
Um,
Or tweet at us if
or tweet
you're
at us. Actually, that might be better. Yes, so we
yes.
can actually see it more better. But also, another thing that I didn't really like about the iPad Air is the fact that it starts at it starts at the same price, which is good. Like I think
Yep.
$5.99 for the iPad Air is fair. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
but for 64 gigabytes, like I don't know about you, Taylor, but I used a lot of storage. Like I was having a conversation with actually Miles
Yeah.
on Twitter today. And I was saying that like I really hoped that the iPad Air wasn't gonna start at 64 gigabytes, and there were some rumors that it was actually gonna start at 128 gigabytes, but that did not end up being
Mhm.
true. So thank you, random leaker, for getting my hopes up. But 64 gigabytes is kind of
Dude.
but I mean I guess it makes sense because the iPad Mini starts at 64, the iPad starts at 64,
Yeah, but
and also it's funny how yeah.
they needed to change that though. Like seriously.
I completely agree. It should have started 128.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
should have, and it
yeah.
should have also given us the option of up to half a terabyte of storage. Because like if they're
Right.
trying to get people to buy this iPad, people need storage. Like they don't want to buy. At least most people buy the base model, and then
Yeah.
they just live with it. But for someone like me, like I have 128 gigabytes on my iPad, on my 6th gen iPad. I have
Yep.
128 gigabytes on my iPhone. Both devices I've filled up more than half. And
Yeah.
yes, I have like on my iPhone, I have like 222 apps. Don't ask me how I managed to have so many apps, but it uses a
Oh
lot of
boy.
storage. Like if you have
Yeah.
a couple of games on there, you're finished. So
Yeah, yeah, for
if
sure.
you buy the iPad Air, you need to at least get 256 gigs, which
Yeah.
means for an
Yeah.
extra 50, you could buy the base model iPad Pro, which now is technically kind of a downgrade in some aspects of the thing, but also still an upgrade in some aspects.
Mhm.
But you know,
For sure. For sure. I honestly like man.
yeah. There's one more thing. Oh yeah, they also upgraded the front-facing camera, which is nice. This finally has center
That was
stage.
a good touch. That was a good touch.
I mean, that needed to happen. If that did not happen, like a lot of people are gonna be salty. Um,
You have no
but
idea.
also another thing I liked about the iPad Air is that there's no midnight. It's space gray,
Thank God.
and my camera's dying.
Oh jeez.
So let me change the battery. So do you want to continue talking about the iPad Air while I change the battery, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you guys, for me, I think that the iPad Air is really good. I love the upgrades. And if you're like a content creator or um, own a business or whatever, it's a really good on the go. I mean, I have the iPad 6th generation still,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, for me, that's how I started the channel. If you guys are watching on TA Tech, that's how I started the channel. I had For like a month, literally for a month, I was doing everything on my iPhone, which at the time was my iPhone 10. And then I was like, you know what? For editing, I really need the iPad. Got the sixth generation, and literally, you can. I did everything with it. The reason I got the MacBook was, as Benji was saying, the lower storage space. So I think that if they were to upgrade it and just get rid of the 64 gigabytes, to me, I think that would be a really smart move. I hope they do that next year, but we'll see.
Yeah. So iPad Air, pretty exciting. I think it's the
Yeah,
perfect middle ground iPad. Like if you don't want the budget iPad, you don't want a mini iPad, but you don't want the pro iPad, I think iPad Air is great. I think
yeah,
I personally, like a lot of people will probably hate me for this, but I think the iPad Air is the best iPad you can buy right now.
yeah,
Hands
yeah.
down. Like yes, you don't get
If some
120
people,
hertz.
if
Yes,
some
you don't
people
get
that ask,
Thunderbolt.
yeah,
Yes, you
exactly,
don't get some other things that the Pro has, but you have the M1 and
exactly. I
probably
mean,
Jellygate. Anyway, I think we've talked a lot about the Apple event.
dude, you know,
I think we've talked a lot about the Apple event. Is there anything we missed, do you think? Or do you think
I don't
we
think
covered it
so.
all?
Yeah, I think we covered it pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, actually,
Um,
just a random thing. The ad that they showed for the Mac Studio. What did you think of it? The one with the lady that's like walking inside of the the Mac Studio and
oh
climbing in
my
it.
God,
I thought that was
listen,
so strange. I was like, like
that
they're taking something like illegal because like Samsung started doing these kind of weird ads and now they're doing them. Like, what's wrong?
dude, listen,
It's very
listen.
strange.
I was scared for that lady. I was scared for that lady. Some of those transitions, some of those jumps, where it was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, what is she, a ninja? Like,
It was so strange. It's like who thought of this?
oh,
They're like, "Oh, what how can we promote this computer more? Let's make a video
listen,
of a woman that's walking inside like it's a minute she's having a nightmare. She's like this mini person and she's like climbing inside the Mac studio and stuff's happening. Like she's getting thrown around and I'm like,
yeah, that was
what?
just
That was
nah. I'm
whack.
good.
Anyway.
I'm good.
Anyway,
um,
but yeah, I think the Apple event was fantastic. Loved
I
it.
again, I think
One of
that
the
was one of
best.
the best. One of
One
the
of the
best.
best. I still think the last one was pretty good though. The one with the iPhone 13, 13
Oh
Pro,
yeah. Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
even the one for with the M1, like the MacBook Pro
Dude,
event.
let me say this, okay? These events that they've done since the pandemic, all of them have been amazing. And I personally think this is the way to do it.
I mean,
I
it
mean,
keeps you
yeah,
like with the transitions and everything. It just keeps you so engaged into everything.
exactly.
Like normally,
Exactly.
sometimes with like other events, at
Now,
least,
this is
like
a
you kind of
crazy
want
thought
to
that I
fall
just had.
asleep,
This,
huh?
this is a crazy thought that I just had. If they were to do in-person events, okay, um, what do you think of the idea of having it kind of like a movie, like
I
having
was just
people
thinking that
go
actually as you were talking
watch
about it.
that?
I think yeah, because then you've got kind of the best of both worlds. Because you've got
Exactly, exactly.
because the thing that a lot of people miss about in person events is the fact that they can then go and test out the devices. But if it's kind of a
Right?
hybrid,
Yeah. I
yeah,
listen.
I'm all for it. I think you should email Tim Cook tonight and then like.
No,
But anyway,
let's tweet at him.
yeah. Anyway, I
Until
think we
he
can. I
keep
think we can
tweeting
move
until
on
he
to the
answers.
next. I think we can move on to the next news stories we have for today's episode,
Absolutely.
because I think we've talked about it for probably about half an hour of when we started at the podcast stuff.
Yep.
So next up, we're talking still Apple about Apple. We're gonna be talking about Apple a lot during this episode, and we're gonna have to speed up a little bit because this is starting to become a long episode as usual. So we've got the lower end iPhone 14 models have been said to have the same size bezels as the iPhone 13. So I think this is talking. This is from Ming Chico. No, not Ming Chico. Some Korean blogger. Um, so what are your thoughts?
Um,
Basically, yeah. So basically, what it's saying is iPhone 13 and 14, same phone,
again,
design wise.
again, like I think that's crazy.
I
Um,
mean, I think it's fine for the 14 lineup, but the 14 Pros are the ones that are gonna be
yeah, yeah. And
changed.
what is it like? They said the next generation, which is the iPhone 15, is going to have all the same as the 14 Pro.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, I mean, I don't know. I kind of wish that it would have been this year, but um, I mean, for this, I honestly think that it's really cool. Um, one thing I would say is maybe make the notch a little smaller.
They just made it smaller.
I know, but just to keep it
uh,
different, you know, just to keep it different.
I mean, I guess
Uh,
it's the base, like the base model iPhone. I don't think it really needs that.
yeah.
Um, Personally, I think instead of like shrinking the notch, they should be focusing on adding like 90 hertz to the display. I
Hmm.
think.
Right,
Um,
right.
I honestly don't mind if I get the iPhone 14. I'm getting the 14 Pro Max or 14 Pro just because like it's an even bigger upgrade for me because I've got the 13 mini,
Yeah.
which is this mini iPhone that does not as much as the Pros do.
Hmm.
So not only
Hmm.
am I going to be gaining all of the Pros features, but also be gaining the 14's features in the next
Yeah.
iPhone if I upgrade. So it will be a nice substantial upgrade, which I think for anybody who has an iPhone 13 or even an iPhone 12 right now, if you go with the Pro this year, you're going to be getting quite a few new cool upgrades. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah,
For
so
sure.
bezel will stay the same as iPhone 13. Moving on. Do you wanna take us to the next? Um, Actually, this kind of talks about what we were just talking about.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
want to talk about the next news story?
Sure. So the Face ID dual hole design to be limited to iPhone 14 Pros model in 2022, but expanding all phones in 2023.
Uh,
Again, I think, bruh, I honestly think that this would have been more. It would have made sense if they would have just changed them all instead of having the pros one design and the non pros another design. I don't understand why they didn't do that this year. If they're going to do it next year, why not do it this year? But
I guess
that's
it's
not
to keep
for
the
you.
costs down because
That's not
already,
for you.
yeah, because already, I mean, the 14 Pro is gonna be a bit of a tricky one because it's a
Yeah,
completely
yeah.
new camera array module type thing because they already have to
Mhm.
squeeze it in such a small space. So if they're doing that for the 13 lineup as well, means they have to produce more units with that thing, and maybe I mean they've done this with so many different other iPhone features. Like the Pro models always have the Pro features. They're always the
Yep.
ones that stand out. And I guess this then kind of bridges an even bigger gap for this year's iPhone for users who are kind of wondering, should I buy the Pro? Should I buy the regular model? They're like, oh well, the regular model has this notch, but the Pro model has this cut a hole, this eye cutout thing,
Hmm.
whatever you want to call it. So it's gonna be interesting to see exactly
Yeah.
what happens. Um, but I mean, I think this is gonna happen. I think we're gonna probably see this new hole punch design only for the pros, which makes sense to me at least. And then next year it's gonna make its way. I think that's kind of like with ProMotion. That I think that's what's gonna happen. We even saw that with the dual camera, like the 10R had a single camera, and then they went to dual cameras with the 11, all that stuff. So I think it's
Right.
I think it's cool. I don't really care. I'm if I
Me
if I
either.
upgrade, I'm gonna buy the Pro. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't like the
That's
notch? Buy the Pro. There you go.
right. That's like me, and I said this. From now on, I'm going pro, and I'm not going back. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think for us creators, the pro just makes sense. The pros just make sense.
Yeah, like the camera capabilities and everything. I think
Exactly. Exactly.
that's that's kind of like my biggest regret when I got the iPhone 13 mini
Hmm.
was the cameras. I think those that was just
Yeah.
like my biggest regret because I was like I would like to have macro mode. I would like to have that telephoto because like personally I don't
Yeah.
like the ultra wide camera. I would so much rather
Do this.
have a telephoto over an ultra wide. Like there's more instances where I've had to zoom into a photo than
Yeah.
zoom out
Yeah.
of a photo. And I don't know if
To
that's
this
the same with
day.
the average person, but because like a lot of people complain when they added the telephoto, they're like, "Oh, they should have added a an ultra wide instead. It was so much better." And it's like, no, it's not.
No. No. Uh.
Just give
I
us all
th-
three. Buy the Pro. Buy the Pro, and you have
exactly.
all three.
Exactly.
And they all
Exactly.
record 4K at 60, which is very
Right.
nice. Which you
Yeah.
can't do on the like Samsung. Can you record 8K on all three of your cameras? No, you cannot. Can I record 4K at 60 with all three of these cameras? No, I can't.
Right.
It's only the
Right.
wide angle lens. So it's nice that Apple does that. Like all of the cameras are the same quality. But I think
I'm
with this
sorry,
next
but
one,
like
8K
when
is going to
you.
be exclusive to the main. Unfortunately,
Yeah. Yeah.
very sad.
Exactly.
Very very sad. But anyway, moving on. So 40% of iPhone users plan to buy the iPhone SE3. Survey indicates. When I saw this, I was like, "No way! This is
Dude.
a
Okay.
total cap. Like, there's no
Okay.
way. There's no
I can
way."
I can see this again. As I said, I think this is cool that they're doing this for the people that don't want to change, and I can see that for those people, and maybe half of these are those people, but it what are the other half thinking? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I think that people need to realize that sooner or later the other phones are going to disappear. This SE, I really think in another year or two is going to switch to the new design. I can see that.
I do
Um,
as well. Completely agree.
so I just think that a lot of people just have to get used to it. I mean, I have family members that said, "Oh, I'm going to get this phone because A, it's cheaper. B, I don't like this new design." First of all, have you even tried the new design? Have you even gone to the store to try it and see how it is in person? You're just watching a TV commercial and debating on that.
Yeah, exactly. You're not talking to actual people and getting it. But I think
Exactly.
I think the
Exactly.
most surprising thing about this article is the fact that this is what Mac Rumors says.
Yep.
Most users upgrading to iPhone SE will be upgrading from the iPhone 11, accounting for 11.5% of models that users intend to part ways with once the new iPhone SE launches. Now
Are you
here's some more
kidding me?
information. Beyond the iPhone 11, 6.8%
Oh
are planning to
my
upgrade from the iPhone XR. Makes sense. And 6.7% are planning to upgrade from the iPhone 12. But there's widespread appetite to switch to the iPhone SE across multiple iPhone generations from the iPhone 6 through to the 13 Pro Max. Which means there's people who have an iPhone 13 Pro Max who want to switch to the iPhone SE 3. Like, who are you? It's so, like, seriously.
Are you kidding me?
This iPhone SE, I'm saying it right now, a lot of people are going to buy it, but I think they're stupid. Like, you can literally buy an
Okay,
iPhone
okay,
11
wait.
for, like, not that much more. And you could even go to, like, Best Buy or
Yeah.
wherever you want to go, like Curry's here in the UK, and you can find fantastic deals for an iPhone 11. Hey, you can even go into Facebook Marketplace or eBay and buy yourself an iPhone
Exactly.
13 for that price, probably. I mean,
Yeah.
actually, no, maybe not iPhone 13, but iPhone 12
Yeah.
or 12 mini.
No. for sure.
Why? Don't buy the iPhone. Like, yes, it's a design that's familiar for grandpas and grandmas and whatever, but seriously, no.
Yeah. No.
I am
No.
not. I will not buy
I
this
mean,
iPhone SE, and I do not recommend it to anyone. In fact, I'm going to be
again,
recording a video right after this complaining about it.
I mean, again, if you're, I mean, maybe if you're a creator or a blog person writing about it, what? Sure, but if you're not, like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
like, you need to sit down and rethink your life if you
Yeah,
want to buy an iPhone SE.
yeah. Because honestly,
Especially this one, because like it's more expensive. Like, yes, it
like
has
this,
5G, yay, 5G, super
but
exciting,
mm,
life-changing technology. Doesn't work most of the time for me. So it's yeah. If you like the iPhone SE, cool, fine. If you want to buy the iPhone SE,
more power to
it's your
you.
choice. It's your choice. Miles, if you want to buy 4, I'm not going to complain against that. If you want to be generous and give it away to people, and cool, but like,
I just think
don't
that's
buy the iPhone SE.
right.
Buy the iPhone 11 at least.
I think that's a smart move. I'm sorry.
Or even go and buy the older iPhone SE, which now will be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, but I mean,
Which Apple
who
doesn't
would
sell.
want that one?
But anyway.
Yeah, who would want that one? I was gonna say. I mean, you're gonna have to go really search deep and far into Amazon or eBay or whatever you guys
Shouldn't be too hard.
do.
Shouldn't be too hard.
But
Anyway, do you wanna move on to the 5th news
absolutely,
article?
absolutely. So, Quo says iMac Pro will not launch until 2023. 27-inch external display without mini LED coming this year.
Yeah, and also we can, I guess, throw in the Mac Pro, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, when are they going to announce the Mac Pro?" But I don't know if you noticed during the event, like the guy that was talking about the Mac Studio, or like right before they switched back to Tim Cook at the end, he was
Yep.
like, "We've upgraded." I'm just paraphrasing here. I can't exactly remember what he said, but he said, We've now upgraded all of our Mac lineup with Apple Silicon, apart from the Mac Pro, but that's a product for another day."
Yeah,
That was epic. I was like,
that was pretty
wow,
cool. That was
that's
pretty cool.
exciting.
Now,
So
I
who
wonder,
knows when this other day will be?
yeah, I wonder if that's gonna come at an event or if that's gonna be like over the air. What do you call it?
I mean, I think Mac Pro,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically gonna be the Mac Studio on steroids.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, they did. Now that I think about it, when they announced the M1 Ultra, they were like, we're gonna be adding one more to our M1 lineup. So
Yeah.
seeming as Ming Chi Kuo here, he's a pretty reliable Apple leaker, and I think he got everything right about the event that happened today. I need to go look through that again. And on Apple Track, he's also got a pretty good track record of leaks.
Yeah,
And now he's on Twitter, which is nice. Now we get
that's awesome. I
updates
gotta go
straight from
follow
him, and we don't have to we don't have to go to Weibo or some weird website to
him.
or wait for somebody to write about it. But so the iMac Pro and the Mac Pro will not be coming until 2023 is what he's saying. Which is a bit sad, but I
Yeah.
guess it gives more time for Apple to work on it, which means that probably the iMac Pro and the Mac Pro will not only have like, well, they'll probably have like the M2 Ultra Max or Max Ultra, something. It's gonna be something insane. Like they literally took two M1 Maxes and stuck them together, and you have M1 Ultra, which is a literal beast that will like destroy your house or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane. So I'm like, if this chip is as good as Apple is putting it up to be, I can't even imagine how powerful the Mac Pro is going to be whenever that's going to come out.
Yeah.
That thing's going to be an absolute powerhouse.
Oh
It'd
yeah,
be
for
sick.
sure, for sure.
But do you have any other thoughts about this? Because there's also another thing that in this article that we probably want to talk about.
Nope. We can.
Yeah. Okay. So Ming Chi Kuo's also said that this year we're going to be getting a more powerful Mac Mini. So probably the M2 variant of the Mac Mini will be coming.
Yep.
I think we might be getting. I mean, there's been some rumors that we might get an event in April as well. I don't think so, but probably WWDC. We're probably gonna get the MacBook Air, and we're also gonna be getting the Mac Mini, M2,
Right.
and probably the 13-inch MacBook Pro. If you really are excited about that, we didn't actually see it at the event today, which I was like, oh, interesting. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be up. It's not gonna be updated. I'm sure of it. Apple's gonna
Really?
kill it. I think so. I think they're gonna
Oh,
kill it.
dude, that would
Which
that
makes
would
no
be
sense.
insane.
Um,
True. Yeah.
but yeah, we're also going to be getting a more affordable external. Oh wait, no. Okay, so we've already got the 27-inch display today. Never mind. So Ming Chi Kuo was right about that. But yeah. Any
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
thoughts about this article before
Nope.
we move on? Okay, cool. So
I have
yeah.
I have a lot to say about the next one.
Okay, so this one, like a couple hours before the event, me and Taylor were just we're testing some stuff out here on StreamYard with another friend of Taylor's, and he sent me this article from Tom's Guide, and this guy is basically making some really really wild claims here that I don't know how or like this is
If
definitely like
somebody, if
everybody
somebody's watching
everybody
this,
go everybody go get your hats and start wearing them because
yeah.
this is cap seriously. So he's claiming that he
anybody's-
forgot his charger on a 5-day road trip, but my phone never ran out of power. And this isn't. I was like, okay, interesting. I don't know the iPhone 13 Pro Max was this good. And then as we go deeper into the article and we read about his wonderful experience with this, he says that it was an iPhone 11 Pro Max that he bought 2 years ago. And that he played like 2 games of PUBG with it, which isn't a pretty intensive game. Like if I played 2 games on my iPhone, I'd probably like kill at least 20% out of it.
Right. Yeah.
So like, how on earth did this battery last 5 days?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like, this guy must be Superman or something, or he must be able to hypnotize phones, because, like, who can do that? What phone
Nobody.
can do that?
Unless you're Spider-Man with the electric power. No.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Or your Electro, yeah.
Electro. Yeah. Exactly.
You're just
I thought
you're
that
just
this
always
was
charging
like-
your phone constantly. My
Yeah.
days.
Exactly. I mean, and then I
Like-
thought about this, and maybe I don't know. Maybe this is a long shot, and there was no proof or any or like talk about it. But and unless he was always in places that had that wireless charging thing, where you walk into a room and it's there.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
That's what he was using.
Seriously, though.
He had early
There's
access.
no like how.
Apparently, it lasted 11 hours and 54 minutes in their battery test.
My iPhone
Whatever that
12
means.
Pro, and I mean, yeah, this is probably the worst case, but like my phone like lasts me a day and a half at max. How did you?
Mine
your
doesn't even
phone-
last. Mine doesn't even last a full day if I'm constantly using it.
Exactly.
That's because I have the 13 mini, but you know.
But still,
And
like,
the funny thing is, he said that that all he had to do is he had to put his phone into power saving mode, which for you iPhone users, you know power saving mode doesn't exist on iPhone. It's called low power mode. It's
Yeah.
called that on like Android and Samsung. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, he said that he used other than that he used his phone like he regularly would. Like, he needed to answer phone calls, he needed to check in with his wife on nightly calls, he needed to share photos from the trip and plan out the travel for the next day. He was using maps as well. Like,
yep.
like yes, you might have forgotten your charger, but I'm sure you stopped at some gas station and got yourself a charger because there's no way your iPhone lasted this
There's
long.
no way.
No way. Absolutely no way.
Like when I saw this, I was just like, this has to be. This guy has to be lying. Like he has to be wanting attention or something. Like
Either that or his daughter probably packed a charger and like charged it overnight without him looking. That's maybe what happened because like I've heard some children are pretty smart like that, but
that's
anyway.
a good one. That's a good one right there. Yeah.
How this happened, I have no idea. Especially on an iPhone 11 Pro Max that's like 2 years old.
Yeah.
That's had enough battery cycles. Like this thing probably has like less than 90 or like less than 85% battery health, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. So you want to move on to number 7?
Let's stop rebuking this guy. Let's stop
let's stop trashing this guy. So Apple dominates global share of smartphones as iPhone takes 7 out of 10 spots in 2021.
Like, not gonna lie, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's really impressive. And honestly, whoever you smart people are, congratulations. Welcome to the good side.
so going through, I don't exactly know where this survey was taken.
Yeah.
But apparently these are the best selling phones of 2021. This is actually global top 10. So we've got iPhone 12, which is the first one. That's pretty crazy. And then the iPhone 12 Pro Max, iPhone 13, which literally only had 4 months to be sold in 2022, and it almost sold as much as the 12 Pro Max did. Number 4 is iPhone 12 Pro. Number 5 is iPhone 11, which is still a fantastic device. I think it's one of the best iPhones you can buy right now for the price. And then in 6th place, we get a Samsung, but it's not what you would expect. No, it's not the Z Flip or the Z Fold or even the S21, which was what was out here. It was the Galaxy A12. Galaxy A12. Galaxy A12. And then we have the Xiaomi Redmi NA4Me. No, 9A. Sorry. And then we've got 8th place iPhone SE 2020, which is pretty good. And then 9th place iPhone 13 Pro Max. And 10th is the Xiaomi Redmi 9. So we've got 2 Xiaomi phones in this list. One Samsung phone. The Samsung phone is not even a flagship. I don't even think the Xiaomi ones are. But then we've got all of these 7 iPhones, which are 7 remarkable iPhones, but they're the best selling. It's crazy.
That's insane, dude. That's insane. Wow.
So, I mean, it goes to show that most people like iPhones. People like Android Androids out there. You're like, Android phone the best. No.
You clearly have not experienced the Apple ecosystem. You clearly...
Once you get in, it's hard to get out, which is a sad thing, but also kind of true.
But it's true, though. Like, you have to experience at least the iPad with the phone. I'm just telling you right now. Okay? Because especially for those, again, if you're a content creator, if you're somebody, even people in school that need to transfer stuff from one device to another, there is nothing out there like the Apple ecosystem. Sorry,
exactly.
Not sorry.
Samsung's not even well, I mean, Samsung's getting closer, but they're not even close still.
Come on.
Google is getting closer, but they're still quite far. They still need a lot of work.
Please.
But yeah, the Apple ecosystem is literally unmatched. Like, Windows was so close as well, but then they decided to scrap Windows Mobile.
I'm not trying to sound like a complete Apple fan and like say that the other companies are junk, but
that's exactly what he's trying to say, guys.
Listen, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you what I've experienced over the years. You know, I mean, they have each their own, to each their own. But I definitely think that they need an upgrade.
Yeah.
I think that other companies, if they want to surpass Apple, they need to do something about it. They need to do mind breaking things to get their customers to buy at least 2 or 3 of their products and
Yeah.
have it work exactly like Apple does. Because I'm sorry to say this, but there is nothing like the Apple software and how it works.
Yeah. Like, of course, Apple software isn't perfect. Like, we admit that.
Yeah.
We both are Apple fanboys. We've used Apple products for years, but Apple isn't perfect. Like, they still make mistakes. There's some products that are stupid. But they are the closest to perfect when it comes to the ecosystem and how all their products work together. Like, I absolutely love when I like record B-roll for my videos using my iPhone, and all I have to do to put it in my editing software is AirDrop, and it takes like it takes a couple minutes depending on the video file, of course, but it's almost instant. Like it's almost effortless, and it just makes things easier. It just works. That's the thing I love about Apple. And before people are like, oh, these are two Apple fanboys who have never tried Android who are just talking trash about Android. I used a Galaxy S10 Plus as my main device for 2 years, and I'm telling you, there's nothing like iPhone. Like, no. I liked this device. Didn't love it, but I liked it. I think there's a lot of awesome features in the Samsung One UI world. Yeah, but there's nothing compares to Apple. Nothing compares to the ease of use of Apple. Like when you buy an iPhone, you set it up for the first time, you can start using it. You don't need to construct your home screen like you have to do on Samsung.
Exactly.
So I'm not surprised that iPhone takes the first the first 5 out of 10 and 7 out of the 10 spots of the best-selling iPhones in 2021. Because like when somebody asks me what phone should I buy, I don't say a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which costs $1,300. I say go with an iPhone. Of course, don't buy the latest one. Maybe because it's expensive. Unless you have the money, go for it because you won't regret it.
Exactly.
But buy an iPhone. It's better for me, better for you. You've got iMessage, you've got AirDrop, and it just works. And yes, the software may suck sometimes, but so does Android. And Windows.
To each their own, but like, I'm sorry. Anyway. I mean, honestly, let me just say this. Yeah, I talk a lot about Android, and the last time I had Android was the S3, which was at this time 9-10 years ago, whatever. But like, honestly, whatever works. Honestly, you have to. Whoops! What the heck did I? Oh, never mind.
Zooming in.
Yeah, zooming in. But like, honestly, you have to try it and then talk your opinion about it. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's what I did. In fact, I still have an Android phone and I use it as my work phone.
Exactly.
It's still fine, but I prefer Apple.
All the way, dude. Yeah. All the way.
Anyway, moving on. Talking about Android and how bad it is. Samsung is throttling the performance of over 10,000 apps.
Bruh. I can't even. I hope.
Samsung.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Why are you throttling the performance of your... Okay, and also the thing that annoys me the most is Apple used to hide the fact that they were throttling their devices. But they did it for a good reason. They didn't just throttle apps just for no reason. No, they wanted to do that because they wanted to preserve your battery life, so then you could keep your iPhone for longer. You could go and buy more of their services and use them for longer. And then because the iPhone lasts so long, when people get to the point where the iPhone's breaking, they're like, oh, I'm just going to go buy another iPhone because that's what they know. And like, yes, the throttling was bad. Like, Apple didn't tell us about it. They just did it without us knowing. But then they came out and they're like, okay, here's an option. You can actually turn it off. You can damage the battery if you want, or you can preserve the battery. You choose, which I think is fantastic. And they also gave cheaper options to change the battery in your iPhone. But then we've got Samsung on the other hand, and they're just like throttling apps and nobody cares. Yeah. It's probably because like most people who buy a Samsung phone are tech reviewers who then return it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably an exaggeration, but a lot of people do that. And,
no, but it's true. A lot of people have done it.
There's not many people who buy Samsung phones.
Right.
Like if I had to choose an Android phone, I would not choose Samsung. And I'm not saying that just because I've had a Samsung or just because I have a Samsung, but I'm saying that because of just pure experience. Like I've tried Android phones before. I've tried OnePlus. I think Oxygen OS is fantastic. Yeah. And stock Android, or I guess what they're calling it now, Material U on the Pixel. I think those versions of Android are really, really good. I think One UI is just way too bloated. There's way too much bloatware on One UI. It's insane. Like you've got, like, I've downloaded Android messaging, but I can't go and delete Samsung messages.
Wow.
Like,
wow.
I can't even disable it. It's just there. Yeah. There's so much bloatware, so many things that you can't delete, and so many apps that Samsung is making. And the thing is, now they're kind of, it's like Samsung was going in the perfect direction. Samsung was starting to make more apps, getting people used to using their apps, their version of things, so then they could maybe disconnect from Android and create their own OS that's built around their devices, built around their hardware, just like Apple does. But then they took some steps back when they're like, no, we're just going to throw Tizen OS down the drain, and we're just going to use Wear OS on our watches, and then we're going to go and partner with Google and start using Android messages natively, or Google Duo natively, or whatever. Yeah. They just ruined themselves with that. And I think now, I don't know what direction Samsung is going in, but it's not, I mean, I guess now they're focusing a lot on the foldable market, and they do a pretty good job at that. Like a lot of people who have Samsung foldables enjoy it. In the 5 minutes that I've used a Galaxy Fold and a Z Flip, I was not very impressed, but
oh no,
it is what it is.
No,
but yeah,
I listen, and a lot of people say this like, oh, but if Apple were to make a flip or a foldable, you guys would like it. You guys would talk all.
If it's a flip, I'd say no. I mean, look at us. We hate the iPhone SE. We hate the iPhone SE. So you think we're gonna love the Apple Z Flip? No, I'm gonna hate it. I mean, maybe you would like it because you said that you preferred like the smaller form factor phone.
Oh right? Yeah, no. I listen. If I were to get one, it would definitely be a flip and not the fold.
Yeah.
And
I'm the opposite. I'd get a fold instead of a flip, just because I prefer to have that bigger display and that smaller display at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyway, this is kind of crazy though. The fact that they're throttling all these devices, it's like,
oh yeah,
bruh,
it's crazy. But moving on to the last topic of the podcast, Pixel 6a benchmark confirms tensor performance and points to 6 gigabytes of RAM. What do you think, Benji?
I'm honestly hyped for the Pixel 6a. I think it's going to be one of the best phones of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with Google Tensor, which has been doing pretty well, apart from like the software side of things, where Android has been kind of blah. But I think the 6a and the fact that it's going to have 6 gigs of RAM. I think 6 gigs of RAM, though, on an Android phone is a bit... It's a bit low.
Hell yeah.
I think my S10, I could be wrong, but I think my S10 has 8 gigabytes of RAM because I got like the one with half a terabyte. But, which, I mean, still, it's pretty good, but it's not great because Android is terrible, horrendous at RAM management. Like maybe, yes, the Pixel's a bit different because it doesn't have all the bloatware that you get on One UI or that you get on a bunch of other skins, like on, well, actually I was going to say Huawei, but I don't even know if Huawei uses Android anymore. Or do they? I think they still do. They don't have the Play Store though. But yeah, like I'm overall, I'm hyped for the Pixel 6a. I might buy one, I think, because unless I buy the Pixel 6 first, because I really want to try a Pixel in 2022 and see how much of an improvement it's been since the Pixel 3 XL, because I used the Pixel 3 XL for a couple of weeks. I wasn't too impressed with it. Like, there was a lot of stuff that I loved about the Pixel, but there were also so many things that I hated that I just couldn't bear to use. But I mean, they seem to be improving every year, which is always good. And Pixel 6a is going to be great. What are your thoughts about this, Taylor?
Sorry, I was just typing to you, so I wanted to
okay.
mute the chat here.
Yep.
But I agree here. I agree exactly. I mean, again, I think that for me, Google is the best, and I definitely think that this is a great thing. I mean, this is beyond anything that Google or Samsung has ever done, I think. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, and I mean, I think that I'm really curious to see how much the 6A is going to be priced at. I think we mentioned this last week. I'm really excited to see that, because if it's going to be at like 350, like for
dude,
what
it
you're
better
getting,
be. It better
like
be.
it's going to get a newer design. It's going to have a dual camera, hopefully.
Yeah,
It's going to be literally the perfect budget smartphone, and I would recommend that over the SE, unless of course maybe you're in the Apple ecosystem. Then I would recommend the iPhone 11. But I think it'd be pretty good. I can't wait to see.
So
yeah, I think that's all the stuff we had to cover for today's episode. It's been good. I've had a lot of fun recording this episode. We talked about Apple event. I gave you guys a little bit of a recap. We kind of did a full-on deep dive for half an hour. We talked a little bit about iPhone 14. We talked about iPhone SE 3 and how it's a terrible phone. And a bunch of other stuff. I think it's been a good episode, I think.
Absolutely.
If you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know in the comments or let us know on social media. If you want to follow us, all the links will be in the show notes or the description below. Is there any last words you have to say, Taylor, before we wrap up the podcast portion of this live stream?
No, I just want to thank everybody for watching as usual and for listening. And again, like Benji said, if you guys have any questions, any comments that you guys want to add them in the comment section on YouTube or tweet at us, and we'll talk to you guys on the next episode.
Yes, this was episode 22 of the Tech Unlocked podcast. Thanks so much for watching and listening. We'll see you guys next week. All right, so that was the podcast. So now everybody who's like still watching the stream,
if anybody is,
hello to you.
I see one person here. I don't know who it is, but
it's a lurker.
I don't know if you want to address anything that Tech YT was saying earlier.
The reason the iPhone SE, I think I saw that. I think we kind of mentioned that. Which, I mean, I guess I see what you're saying there, Tech YT, but still, it's like I would rather have an iPhone SE without 5G.
Right, exactly.
Because I mean, yes, they're improving the battery life, which is always good. Like we love better battery life, especially when it comes to the iPhone SE, which doesn't have fantastic battery life, but yeah, honestly, I love the color, the blue on the new iPad Air though. Like,
oh yeah, dude, you don't even know.
I love it. Like, I want to buy this iPad so bad now.
What's up, El Tecraqueño? What's up, man? This El Tecraqueño is Alex that we talked to earlier.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if you knew that, but yeah.
I knew that. It's interesting though. Like they say that pre-orders start on Friday, I think, for most of these products.
Yep.
Actually, they've lowered the price of the iPad Air here in the UK, so it's cheaper.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it used to be Used to be 599 pounds. I don't know how much that is in dollars, but like in America, it's like $599, which equates to a lot less than here. But now it's like 30 pounds cheaper, which is pretty good. So it's a better option for those who live in the UK. But then you've got the Mac Studio that's $19.99 here as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately.
I'll take Volcano. What caught your eye, if anything? What did you like about the event? I don't know if you watched it at all or any of it, but
This bright green Apple Watch band, this braided solo loop is really, really tempting.
bro, let's look at them together here on the stream now that
Yeah, share the screen. I'm
Apple.com.
looking at it on my phone. If I open it on my computer's probably gonna have a heart attack.
Oh boy, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Put it up here.
Braided solo loop.
Share screen here.
An iPhone 13 and 13 Pro. Yes, I agree. I think those are fantastic.
Abso-freaking-lutely. All right, so we got the Mac Studio display. Let's see. Go to. Man, let me just do this. Watch. Bands.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna buy this on AliExpress.
Wait.
It's kind of, it's a little bit of a.
Whoops.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Kind of
Ooh.
it's a bit of a bright, like a greener green than the one that Apple released, but it's still super nice and it's super cheap as well.
Oh yeah. Let's see here.
If I go buy now, right? How much is it? It's like
$49 on
$3.
dude. All right, so all of these, of course, are $49. These are all the new ones.
That's why I buy all my Apple Watch bands from AliExpress.
Lemon Zest. We all know who this is for. Nikias. Mineral.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's just the normal solo loop. I was looking at the braided solo loop.
Oh yeah.
I prefer the braided solo loop over the sport solo loop or whatever they're called.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like it's a lot nicer. I'm wearing one right now, and like I love the texture of it a lot more than the.
Wait, show it off.
Other one.
Oh wow. That looks nice.
Super nice. Super nice, and it was only like $3.
Damn. Okay.
So
these are the braided solo loop.
Which is $99.
Flamingo.
Don't buy it from Apple.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I think this lemon zest. I think there's definitely someone we know who's gonna buy this.
I mean, if he doesn't, damn.
Oh, they've brought back the nectarine, the nectarine color for Apple Watch bands with the solo loop.
Oh, really? I didn't even.
Yeah, because I remember they used to make a nectarine watch band.
Oh wow.
They didn't. They don't do it anymore.
So
I want to
have bright green sport band, lemon zest sport band. Right, they have some pretty cool ones, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I want to see the iPhone cases. See if there's any. Oh, they don't have the light green. They have two greens. They have eucalyptus and clover. Go to the iPhone cases section. Maybe this is just the Pro.
All right, so where do you?
Okay, here we go. The regular 13 accessories. Not the SE silicon case. It's the 13 silicon case with MagSafe.
So
yeah, right either here. The one in the middle or the one to the left.
Yep.
One is for the Pro, the other one's for the regular. But we've got the yellow one.
15. And this one is, let's see here. Open it up.
Oh, that's the leather one. Never mind. I don't think there's any new ones with the leather one. You can go back.
No.
It's the one in the middle. silicone case.
Yep. So this one,
Nectarine. That's not bad.
lemon zest, blue fog, eucalyptus, nectarine, clover, chalk pink. What does that
Ooh,
look
the
like?
blue. Go to the
Ooh,
blue fog.
blue fog. Okay.
I think this
Ooh.
one's. Yeah, that one's not bad. I kind
Yeah,
of
that
like
one's not
that.
bad at all. Holy crap.
I think that would go really well with my blue 13 mini.
Abyss blue.
Yeah, I've got the Abyss
Oh,
blue.
yeah, that looks
That's the one I
cool.
have.
Midnight, which is like more of a black, I'd say.
Yeah.
Marigold.
It's kind of sad how there's no MagSafe on the new SE.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I really hoped there would. And also there's a lack of
Red.
colors on the SE silicon cases.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's only 4. Very sad.
Let's see the accessories if they already put that. New USB-C to lightning cable. Whoop-de-doo.
A meter.
Uh,
Who's gonna buy that? It's
Jesus
way too
Christ.
short. Um,
They don't have the new thing over here?
the
Yeah.
new charging brick.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
was gonna
think there was
take a look at
supposed to be
that, but
one.
I was gonna take a look at that,
Um,
but no. So that's
I
pretty much
don't
about
think
it, I
so.
guess. Anything else you want to look at? The Max?
Yeah, sure. Let's go see the Max. Max Studio, the beast,
Yeah. The Beast of
the
Beasts.
absolute beast.
Bruh. I want this thing. I'm bad. I can't. When it comes to new products,
Yeah,
I want it all.
I'm really, really, really torn now between the Mac Studio and the MacBook Pro
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
because I like the MacBook Pro because it's like an all-in-one machine that I can just carry around with me anywhere. But then you've got the Mac Studio that's like really nice, really powerful. If you buy the more
Dude. Oh,
the
wait.
higher thingy version,
How do I...
because then if I buy it, I'll have to, you have to go to the
Yeah.
I think order now or whatever
Yeah,
the
no, I
button
was
is on the
just...
top.
I was trying to look... I was trying to make it, like, turn so we could see all of it.
The amount of ports though, I love it. You've got 4
Dude, this is
Thunderbolt ports on the back,
crazy.
an Ethernet port. You've got of
What
course
was
the
this one
charging
again?
thing. That's just the charging port or
Oh,
charging or
okay.
like power adapter thing. I'm surprised it didn't make it MagSafe.
Yeah, that's
Or maybe
true.
it is MagSafe, but they didn't mention it. But then it's nice that they also give us like 2 USB-A ports because there's still a lot of stuff like,
Bro,
for example, my Cam Link still uses USB-A, and I don't think Elgato sells a Cam Link with USB-C.
bro, did you see this?
Yeah, that's
Holy,
sick.
that's actually pretty sick.
Choose your superpower, M1 Max or M1 Ultra. It's sick.
Bruh. That's just crazy. Let's go. I want to see the inside of this. Can I? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it's got like
Oh,
new fans. This is basically a Mac Mini, but it's like huge and it's so much more powerful.
this is insane, dude.
Powerful connections. It's also
Shit.
nice how they have. I think one of the best things is that they have the.
I like
they've
the
also.
new color.
Yeah. So this new color keyboard has Touch ID built in. I completely overlooked that.
Yeah, yeah. Touch ID.
That's a nice like the black and silver combo.
Oh
I
yeah.
think is pretty nice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But oh yeah, I was gonna say I think the fact that you've got 2 ports on the front and the SD card slot on the front as well, I think that's
Yep.
genius.
Oh yeah.
because like there's so many times where you need to plug things into your computer and you don't want to go back behind your computer to attach things. You just
Yeah,
plug and
definitely.
play whatever. You can connect whatever you need at the front. We've got a micro SD card thing, not micro SD but SD
This
card.
is cool. This is all
And
really
it's great
cool.
how you can also connect four displays, but also plug in
Yeah,
other things at the same time. But
that
also
was
plug in other things.
crazy. That
Yeah,
was
so I think
crazy.
I think you
I
I think
want
with
to
the
know.
M1 Ultra you can attach what 6 displays
Uh huh. Uh huh.
because it's got 6 Thunderbolt ports. Like that's insane,
That's really cool.
but it's expensive.
Oh yeah, like everything. Is there anything
Like
else you
everything.
wanted to talk about? Say,
Nah, I think I'm all good. I need to go
yeah.
record some video stuff.
All right, so guys, thank you guys for watching and participating, and watching the Tech Unlocked podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed this live episode of the podcast, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, guys.
See you later.